Hi.
Hi Joydeep. Hi Sarita. Hi Akshita.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Um, Hi Sarita Di. So I
Hello.
don't see Kavita. So we'll
Hi.
get started. Okay. Anyway, she was part of the session one. So for the ones who are doing it, I see Joy. So Joy, are you practicing any of the things that we spoke about in the
No, I
sessions?
haven't started yet. I am busy. In fact, my office is still going on. I am in
Okay. Okay.
between. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we'll get started. Any questions before we get started? So since it's late, I just want to add that we can have a working dinner. So if you've not eaten yet, you can get your plates, in the middle of the seminar and just eat in front of the camera. It's all right. Okay. So we'll get started. So before we start, let's read the intention and you can read it in your mind or loudly. Uh, let's intend that the webinar today is healed, whole, and complete, and we have received clarity around our lives and our spiritual and material goals. We are open to receiving, and all our activities in the year 2024 has brought in more love, more success, more abundance, spiritual growth for us and our loved ones. So it is, and I gratefully acknowledge Reiki and KQ forces will be done. Okay. So I wanted to start with this topic of three kinds of disturbances or miseries that a Jiva soul living in the material universe has to undergo. Okay. And during the webinar, if you have any questions, just raise your hands or you can, stop me and ask questions. Okay. And let's keep it interactive. So the three kinds of miseries are Adi Bhautik, which is suffering or disturbances that are caused by other living entities. And when I say other living entities, it means other human beings or animals or, even insects. So any living entity. Okay, so this all your relationship problems will also come under Adi Bhautik suffering only. Then we have the Adi Devik, which is suffering caused by elements outside of our control. So floods, even COVID, any natural calamities, earthquakes, they all will come under Adi Devik. And then we have this third one, which is called Adhyatmik, which is suffering caused by ourselves. So in this this is the most subtle type of, disturbance that one undergoes. And this is mostly caused by our own mind, our own thinking. Okay. So, any questions in these three kinds of miseries? Any comments? Okay. So we'll move forward. So for healing the Adi Bhautik disturbances, the remedies are self-healing, obviously, and then healing relationships, and then sending healing to all the jivas. And jivas again would mean, other humans, animals, birds, bees, and a very simple way to heal our relationship with other jivas is to every day when you're doing your divine Reiki light healing, you also put all the other animals who are sharing this world with us and say that the humans or animals are not interfering in each other's lives and they have whatever they need to live their lives well. Sorry, Shritapa had not joined. Okay. So that is one way of healing our relationships with the other beings. And then the second one, Adi Bhautik. So sending healing to Mother Earth. And the rooting meditation that we just did, which was led by Sir, is one of the most, strong remedies for Adi Bhautik kind of disturbances or miseries. So healing relationship with the elements can be tackled with rooting meditation. That's one of the ways to heal it. And then, of course, being aware of your surroundings and healing whatever is happening, within your world and also global issues. And then you can see that self healing transcends. I mean, it's everywhere, whether it's adi bhautik, adi devik, and even for your um, adhyatmic miseries. Okay. And also these miseries are not contained within one silo, they transcend. So for example, adi adi bhautik misery will also be part of adi devic misery, and also will be part of adhyatmic, and we can talk about it later how they transcend. So that's why the remedies also will be overlapping with each other. Okay. And the third one, the most subtle, and mostly which is, the healers which are inflicted by this misery, the adhyatmic misery, the remedies are increasing self awareness, uh, Mahamantra chanting, which is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then healing your traumas. Traumas don't have to be very big, big traumas, but also small incidences which have hurt you, which hurts you in everyday life, or maybe have hurt you when you were a child. All those, traumas we need to heal if you want to overcome these limitations, which is, you know, um, caused by this adhyatmic misery. And then self healing again, and then working towards your purpose of life. Let's say you have healed all your traumas, you are well placed in your life, you have a good family, you have good support system. Even then sometimes people are not really internally happy, and the reason is because they're not actively working towards their purpose of life. Most people are not even aware what exactly is their purpose of life, right? As healers, we tend to say that, healing is my purpose of life. Obviously, healing is, but within healing, what exactly is your purpose of life, and how actively I'm engaged in it. So, that subtle problem also stays with mostly with the healers, and that comes under adhyatmic misery only. Okay, it is a disturbance which is an internal disturbance which is not visible to others. So for today's webinar, I mostly wanted to focus on these two, the green and the blue, and we'll leave the orange one, which is healing our relationships with the other entities, because as practicing healers, you will already be taking care of that. Okay. So any questions so far? Any comments? No?
Uh, can I say,
Yes, yes, Akshita. Go ahead.
uh, is it normal to experience sudden heaviness in the body and in the head during the rooting meditation?
So I didn't send this message earlier today actually, but if you're attending, whenever you're attending any spiritual seminar where you're going to be sitting for a long time, it's essential to clean the environment of that place. So, light a light a candle,
Camphor.
maybe, yeah,
Okay.
camphor, and a small light candle. Like I have a candle burning here. You can light a tea light candle, and salt water pucha and all those things you have to do to cleanse the environment. The reason we also do this meditations is because it will cleanse the aura.
Okay.
The violet flame will cleanse the aura. And if you felt heaviness and all, you can drink some water, and maybe also because you're not used to doing it, maybe do you
Okay.
do this
Because
regularly?
suddenly my head is buzzing. I feel
Okay.
heavy. I was feeling quite energetic even at 8 p.m. after a long day. Suddenly, I'm feeling very down in the dumps and a little sad also. I
Okay,
don't
okay.
know what's happening.
So,
It's
do you
a
have any
weird feeling.
rose water at your
Yeah, I have
home?
rose
So you
water.
can
Yeah.
spray some over your head. Maybe splash
Okay.
some cold water on your face and come back.
I'll do
Okay,
that.
we'll wait for
Yeah.
you. You do that. We'll wait for you. I'll see if Sutapa has joined. I don't know if Sarita Di, that is your picture or you are sitting there like that because you're not moving. Are you sleeping? Oh, now you're there. Okay. You have to unmute yourself.
No,
Can't
no,
hear
I'm
you.
healing. So
Okay, okay, okay. I was like, is
healing
that?
mode में ऐसा हो जाता
So I was like, I knew this was a video, but she's not moving. So,
है. नहीं, नहीं. I'm listening. I'm listening.
okay. So Nidhi, your camera is off after attending 2 sessions. How can your camera be off?
I'm just I'm adjusting to things. At first, I attended by mobile, then I'm
Okay,
setting my laptop.
okay, okay,
So that's
okay.
why.
And I think one person, Shuttapa, I don't know if she has some connectivity problems. So I'm recording this session, so I'll share the recording with her. Okay. We have a lot to cover, so we'll just go. So Akshita, did you splash cold water on your
I
face?
did water and rose water, and I had a sip
That's
of
great.
water also.
Okay, okay. So if you don't feel well, you can go out for a walk and all. Okay,
I
we'll
will.
we are recording this. Okay. So
Right.
don't stress yourself. So the first
Okay.
thing is to take care of your health, right? Okay. So we'll move on to the next slide. So for forces of nature, we can start with the five great elements. I think I'll leave this mode because otherwise it's not visible. So you can see how your relationship, how harmonized your relationship is with each of the great elements. So for example, this is earth element, and if your relationship is really good with earth element, then you'll have good health, you'll have a sense of quietness, you'll have comfort in your life, and you will have a lot of inner strength. So where do you think you stand? You can share on chat on a scale of 1 to 5. Where is your relationship with Mother Earth? 5 being 100%, and then 1 being lowest.
4, I would say.
4. Okay, that's good. So
I think
then,
4 too.
okay. So you can type on chat also, that way you will also record it. And then we have water element. So water element, if your relationship is harmonized, then you'll have very good material wealth, you'll have lots of opportunities in your life, you'll be a powerful individual, and then you can also have very good business, you'll have a logical bent of mind, not get swayed by emotions, and you'll be balanced, you'll be educated. Even if you didn't get education early in life, you will be interested in education, and you'll be pursuing some courses and all kinds of things. And then long distance travels you may be doing. Okay, so these are all the hallmarks of a beautiful relationship with the water element. So let me see if anybody is sharing their. So Nidhi is saying 3. 4, you have to write the element name also, otherwise we'll not know. Okay. And then the third one is fire. So fire denotes light. So let's say somebody's house is very dark. That also means that maybe some relationship, work needs to be done for the fire element, with the fire element. And then you will be a highly motivated person, very action oriented and lucky and just, and also very ambitious, and in control of your personal finances, and you'll be recognized as an authority in wherever you are, whether in family and also in your career and work. So that those are the hallmarks for a good relationship with the fire element. And then we have the air element. So health, life, again, health is both prevalent in earth and air, but you will be a healthy individual, you'll be successful, you'll be you have achieved great things in life, and also highly motivated and intelligent and prosperous, and in harmony with the world around you, harmony with the relationships within the family and outside. So, and then we have the space element. So you will be engaged in self improvement, you'll have lots of clarity, you can also be religious and spiritual, and then elevated personality, you'll have recognition and publicity, lucky, and growth in all spheres. So these are all the values or attributes you'll have with each of the element. If you have the let me check the okay. Akshita is saying 4 for water, 3 for fire, 3 for air, and 4 for space. Okay, those are good. And then Nidhi is saying 3. I'm adding Shuttapa and then I can't see her, so I don't know. Okay, any questions here? So we'll move on to the next slide. So these are some of the negative things which can also, be an indicator if you need to do some work with the elements. So with the earth element, if you feel heaviness and there's destruction of property or your work, there's certain darkness in your environment. So those are all indications that you need to work on your relationship with the earth element. Then water. So if you have a dry mouth, no appetite, bitter taste, cold, sometimes people will have this on their walls, they'll have this water, the walls will be damp. Those are all negative indications for your relationship with the water element. And then fire, if there is excessive sweating and there's heaviness in the solar plexus area and dryness in the mouth also. Oh, sorry, not dryness in the mouth, dryness in the skin. So if you have very dry skin, these are all indications of negative negative indications of fire element. Okay. And then if you cannot think clearly, there's confusion in thoughts, if you're suffering hurricanes and gales, these are all indications of negative relationship with the air element. And then for space element, let's say if you have to leave everything and then go somewhere far away, that is one indication of not harmonized relationship with the space element. If you have a sinking feeling in the lower abdomen and hips, if you have fainting or stagnation, those are all the indications, negative indications of space element. Okay, so you can use this as a tool, all this information to check. Any questions here? No? Okay, so we'll move forward. So in the last seminar, Kavita was asking, so you might also be thinking that, my relationship with the other human beings is important. Why am I focusing so much on the elements? The thing is that although the elements are outside, but we ourselves are also composed of these elements. So we are also made up of these Panch Mahabhut, right? So the elements found in nature resonate with elements within our bodies. When we recognize those elements within our bodies, we can also recognize that the other person, my husband, my daughter, my mother, they are also composed of elements. So at a micro level, every thing in this material universe is composed of these 5 great elements. So when you're healing your relationship with these 5 elements, it is going to flourish and go in your other issues and other healings as well. Okay. And then if somebody wants some solution, so there is rooting meditation, there's self-healing, there's also in the divine Reiki light, you can send healings to all the water bodies and rivers and all those things. But we also have some simple tools which can help you um, harmonize your relationship more. So these are Sir's word, actually, Nalin Sir's word, that sometimes the simplest of solutions help much more than the complex one. And this is efficient Mother Nature at her wonderful, mysterious, and benevolent best. So we'll look at some of the easy tools that Sir has given us to heal our relationship with the elements and our environment. So one is sea salt. So we can use sea salt. So the first one is 3 tilakas on forehead. And how you do this is that you take a small katori and put little bit of water and take 1 pinch of sea salt. Ideally, it will be sea salt, but for tilakas, I use table salt as well. Okay. So you take this and you can put 2 spoons of water, take very slight pinch of salt, and you mix it. Once it's diluted, use your right thumb, dip it in the water and go like this. One, dip it again and go two, and then dip it again and go three. So three tilikas on the forehead will remove all the ignorance, and it has elements of water and earth and air, because air is evaporating. So three elements minimum it has. And then lightly diluted sea salt water poured overhead before a bath. So again, you can do it in a mug. So take a mug and filled it with water and sea salt, because sea salt usually we get in chunks. So you can put it before you take a bath, so that it's dissolved by the time you're ready for a bath, and then just pour it over your head, and then you can take a normal bath. So that's another method. And then of course sea salt. So like you're adding Lysol in the mopping water, you can also add little bit of sea salt in the water. And ice water mopping is also there, which is not a replacement but also tackles the negative energies. Okay. And then we also have uh, so you must have seen in the market or on Amazon online, they have these pink beautiful rock salt lamps that can be lit electronically, but also you can put tea lights within those sea salt lamp and light it, in the morning and evening in your house. That would also cleanse the aura and also heal your relationship. Okay. So any questions so far with the sea salt?
Yes, जैसे कि हमने सी सॉल्ट एक कटोरी में डिप किया,
Hmm.
3 तिलक्स लगाए, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट डे वी कैन यूज द सेम कटोरी, और वी हैव टू
No, no, you
जस्ट
throw it.
उसको वॉश थ्रो
No,
इट.
you throw it.
ओके,
So
ओके, देन
other
आई.
thing, I think, Nidhi, that's a good question. So it's mentioned here that we do ice, sea salt mopping, but there will be places, let's say you have some wooden floor where you cannot mop it, or you have a carpeted area. What will you do in that room? So you take this bowl of water, put sea salt in it, तो इसमें थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा डाल देना, and then keep it in one corner. Okay. And
ओके,
then जब भी वो पानी कम हो जाए, you add more water, and once in a while you can put it in the sun to cleanse it, or you can wash it and then put more salt and put it there. So that water you can keep for days, but this tilaka water I would advise to make fresh every time, every day. Okay.
ओके, ओके, great.
Yeah. Any more questions? Okay, so sea salt is available online or in any South Indian stores. They use that sea salt for home. Okay. And then this special time, 7 p.m. So 7 p.m., if you are following Lord Krishna, that's the time he's coming back. It's a godly time. He's coming back uh, in the evening from the forest with the cows. And if you are following Lord Vishnu, then that's the time when all the elements, all the planets are standing in front of Lord Vishnu and giving them, they're reporting whatever happened during the day. So this is a very special time. Mostly you can start, you can, heal special things in life. So for example, if you have major obstacles, you do healing at that point of time, even for positive thing also. But uh, this is a very special time, and you can do special healing, and this it will give you accelerated growth. And obviously at that time you would not want to sleep. That's also the time when the sun is right now it's winter, but usually during the summers the sun is going down, so negative energy is getting more active, like that. So don't sleep at that time. That's the best time to do your healing. Once master has said that so that is also the time when they're rounding off your accounts for your karma. So if you have something, if you've done something wrong, or you're trying to achieve something, just to round off that karma, they will allow it. They'll say, okay, let it be. So it's a very special time, and we should make use of that. Then Sunday work. So usually we say that you work on your career, on Sunday little bit, because Sunday is the day of the sun, and it will give you all the prosperity and fame. But the uh, even beyond working for your career, this is a great day to work on your purpose of life. So if you know what your purpose of life is, you can take out few hours, work on it on Sunday. If you don't know and you're searching for it, then do that search work on Sundays. Okay, that's the auspicious time to work for your purpose of life. And then sound healing at home. So you may have some Tibetan singing bowls or normal bells. Or you can put chimes outside the house. But make sure the sound is pleasant. It has a positive sound, not a negative sound. So if you buy maybe a steel bell, maybe it's not making a very good sound. Usually, like a balan and a pital ka thing, if you make the sound, it's mostly good. It has a positive vibration. Okay. So sound healing at home you can do. You can go to, if you have small bell, you can ring it in each of your room 7 times, like that. And then, like I said, rose water sprays you can do for self and family members. It's very good, antidepressive thing. So you just spray it on your head, on your crown chakra for yourself. You can do it for your babies also. And then lighting candles in the evenings, lamps in the evening. So Thursdays you can do a ghee ka lamp, because it has, or if you don't have ghee, you can do a yellow candle on Thursdays to heal your relationship with the guru or wisdom. On Fridays you can do pink for Lakshmi ji, but you can also do sky blue. So there are days, and then the color of the candle. But even if you do a simple candle, light it in the evening. That's the best thing. So these are small things you can do to take care of this Adhi Bhautik misery. Okay. So any questions here? Because after this, we'll go to the heavy stuff. No questions? All right. So we'll go to the inner demons, not demons, but we'll go to this Adhyatmik. Okay. So let me just wait if Shuttapa is it. Oh, Shuttapa, you're here now? Okay, fine. So I have to ask you this question, and we're doing it because we're working on the Adhyatmic misery. So before we start, I wanted to ask, if only you had more confidence, how would your life be different? Do you think if you had more confidence, your life would be different? You can unmute yourself and say it, or you can put it on chat.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. In which areas do you think it would impact?
In every area, myself, growth, in my profession also, in
Hmm.
my domestic life also, in my
Hmm.
spiritual journey with commitment also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So today we're going to work on our confidence, and before we can even approach the divine, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to increase our self-awareness, self-worth, and then move on with confidence in our healing, in our other works, as like Nidhi said, and then we can access the divine. Okay, so this is one step, and to get from this step, I'll give you 7 keys today to access this confidence. But anyone else wants to share? So if you had more confidence, how would your life be different? Akshita, you have anything? Do you think you're confident enough?
Mm,
You're okay with your confidence level?
uh, I think I've been okay. I've never wavered in confidence.
Okay, so that's good. That is one of the hallmarks of being young. Uh, but that's good. And Sarita Di, you want to add anything?
After spending so many years of this thing, how I was and how I am
Mm,
now, I was not confident enough to speak or say because I did not understand so many things what was happening.
mm,
So I think confidence came with so much of knowledge that was given to us.
mm,
I remember talking to sir and saying ki, uh, uh you know the ego part and the self-respect part.
Mm.
What is the, like, when somebody is, when you're dealing in a relationship, how much is my false ego and how much is my self-respect? There's a fine line to it.
Mm-hmm.
And with this came my confidence, and slowly, things started to, and it was a process, did not come overnight to me.
Yes. Yes.
It did not come overnight.
So thank you for sharing that. Shrutabadi, do you want to add to this? If you had more confidence, which areas of your life do you think will be different? Or do you think it will be different?
Actually, I feel shy in front of others to what I want to express about myself.
Okay.
That- And the lack of,
Mm.
if
Okay.
I think my career, I'll do better
Mhm.
if I'm more consistent.
Yeah. So the chances are, low confidence has costed a lot, in our lives. Uh, it affects all areas of your lives. And Nidhi said earlier, it affects your family relationship because, if I'm low, people want to marry someone or, ask them out. They don't do it because of confidence, low confidence. Somebody wants, they know they deserve a promotion, but they're not able to, speak, stand up for themselves in front of their bosses, again, because of low confidence. Spiritually also, um, I myself, till few years ago, I didn't want it to become a master. I think it was stemming from low confidence. There's no other reason. I may, put it very beautiful because of this and that, but it's actually all stemming from low confidence. So it pervades all areas of your life. And if you think, uh, if you give little bit of importance and think clearly, you will see that it is actually impacting all areas of our life even today. And we are putting our hopes and dreams and ambitions on hold just because we don't have enough confidence. Okay, and it's impacting us as a human being, as a healer, and also, um, as I said, as a healer and as a human being as well. And the weird thing is that, the lack of self confidence is not due to any fault of mine. Like if a child is not able to speak in class, it's not because they are lazy or they're idiot or they are stupid. It's just because the things that they have experienced in life, or maybe not experienced in life, has resulted in this low self confidence. So it's not that person's fault. Okay. So as I said, it's not because of laziness or stupidity or negative thinking. It's simply because they don't know how confidence works. When I say why they don't know, because if you go out and ask anyone, do you think you are confident? They'll say, no, I'm not. Or somebody will say, yes, I am. So most people don't think that confidence is also a skill which is learnable. So instead of saying that I'm not confident, people should actually say that, I've not spent enough time to learn that skill. You hear it very rarely. Just now, Sarita they said it that it took a lot of years. So indirectly, she also said it that it's a learnable skill. I learned it over the years. But the problem with us healers is, with healing, certain changes happen in our lives, in our personality, internal and external universe. But it happens automatically. in the sense that I'm not aware what happened until somebody points it out. So for example, I would say, I was like this, but I became like this. But if somebody comes to me, a child comes to me and say, I lack self confidence, what should I do? Then I'm not able to tell that these are the repeatable steps. You do this and you'll become confident. We don't say that. We say you do more healing, and then we get frustrated with them and we say, you're not doing your healing. That's the only answer we have. You're not doing your healing. It's because the frustration is within us, because we don't know what is step one. What should this person do? What did I do? Because it happened automatically, so I didn't note it down. So it is a skill. Today we are going to learn how to be aware, and you can learn it for yourself. And if you're already confident, like Akshita said, she can take down notes, so that tomorrow if she becomes a Reiki master, even because she's a mother, if somebody comes to her to ask how to become more confident, she can tell them, you follow these steps and you will reach to a better level. Okay, so that is the reason we are doing this today, to make confidence a process. I think we already read it, but I'll just read it. So it's not because they lack intelligence, opportunities, or resources, but because they don't believe in themselves, or worse, they don't think they are good enough. So this is why most people are feeling uh, lack of confidence, because of this not good enough feeling. And where is this stemming from? Um, so before we move on, I'll just read this. The truth of the matter is that self-esteem and confidence are learnable skills, and therefore can be understood, trained, and mastered in life. So confidence is not something that you have or do not have for life. Confidence is a learnable skill. Okay. So please internalize that. Confidence is a learnable skill. And confidence just doesn't work on its own. Confidence has two more friends. So we'll talk about those two things. So to be successful long term with yourself and others, you need to raise these three things into alignment, which is your self image, which is here, what I think. And the second thing is your self esteem, which is here at the heart level, which is I feel. And then self confidence, which is how I act. So you can use your hands. So our non-verbal, so in school we used to write like this very boring old way. Now research has found out that when you're using your hands, moving your hands, you are engaging your body and your emotions, so you're internalizing whatever you're hearing. So because you have spent money, you've spent time, you're sitting here watching this webinar, you would want to you know uh, keep whatever you hear, right? You don't want to forget it. So use your hands. Okay, so we'll use it. Confidence, to bring confidence, we need to get these three things in alignment, which is self image, which is I think. So do like this: I think. And Joydeep, I know you can also do it. Yeah, I think. And then you say self esteem, I feel. And then self confidence, I act. Okay, so I think, say, you can say it also: I think,
I
I
think,
think,
I feel,
I feel,
I feel,
I act.
I
I
act.
act.
Okay. So unless you work in I think and I feel, if you're just acting, then it's superficial, it will not work, and you will be caught soon. So feeling good about yourself is vital. Let's say I say, I feel good today. Today is going to be great. And I say,
Hmm.
or maybe I'll say something like, if my goal is to lose weight, and I'll say, I'm thin, I'm just saying I'm thin, I'm thin. But when I check my uh, weight on the scale, it is telling a different story. So is it bad when I say i I'm thin, I'm thin, I'm thin? No, it's not bad, it's a feel good thing, but we have to go beyond it. Okay, so feeling good about yourself is vital, but if that's all you've got going for you, feeling good about yourself is no more effective than sitting around and visualizing. So we have to go beyond. Okay, so not just positive thoughts, not just fake confidence. You have to internalize and change the way you think, the way you feel about yourself. Okay, so again, act as if AAI. So if you just try to act as if, and you don't have the self image and self esteem to support you or to back you, then acting as if will quickly become acting as an idiot. So we don't want to work on just the fake confidence, but we'll work on the thinking and the feeling, and then the action. So constantly work to align your self image, self esteem, and self confidence. Okay. Only then will you have harmony in thoughts, feeling, and action, and then you can create the life you want. So what exactly is self image? So self image is the way you think about yourself and your world. Okay. So not the world, your world. So self image is in my world. Who do I think I am? That is my self image. Okay. Internally, how I see myself. So when I look in the mirror, do I say, oh, wow, brilliant, so great, awesome? Or do I say, oh, I don't even want to look in the eyes? So that's your self image. And your self image tells you that you are, if your self image tells you that you are unworthy, that's only a belief, perhaps handed down to you by your parent, or you've been programmed with thoughts of guilt regarding your success, wealth, and joy in your life. So it may not be true for you, but for many it is. Okay. And it's just a belief, and it is there because we've been programmed mostly by our parents, but also by our, the teachers and extended family. So I'll give you an example. Very early in life, when we are in kindergarten, maybe, in class one or class two, we are already tagged like, this one is A student, this one is B, this one is C. So, for example, even today, if I tell you, are you good in maths? Some of you will say, oh, yes, I'm good in maths. Somebody will, I'm not good in Hindi. I'm not good in history. Why does somebody has that feeling that, I'm not good in maths? Maybe in class two, in one test, they failed. So they don't say, and this is a small child, maybe 9 or 10 years old, but they're told that, oh, you're not good in maths. People don't say that, oh, it was one class, one semester, and this person failed. No, it's when your parents or people you look up to say that, oh no, you're not good in maths. It's like we make this conclusion for life that, oh, I'm not good in maths. So nobody else does it to us, but because we are in that situation where we're looking up to the adults, and whatever we say, whatever we hear about ourselves, we are so convinced and we just make this conclusion, oh, I'm not good at this, oh, I'm lazy, oh, I'm naughty. So, and this is for life. And we have these programs inside which is impacting our self image today itself, today as well. And then self esteem, which is I feel. So what is self esteem? Self esteem is the reputation we have with ourselves and others. And what does that exactly mean? And why does almost everyone have low self esteem? So let's say you have a friend who promises to help you with certain things, and he or she keeps breaking those promises. Would you still trust that person? Would you ever feel this friend cares about you? So you have a friend, who said, I'm coming for lunch today. You go in the kitchen, or you go to you tell your maid or your cook, or you yourself go and prepare this feast. And then at the last minute, they'll say, I'm not coming. And this is not the first time, they've done it hundred of times. Or maybe they'll say, I'll pick you up from metro station. But when you go there, they don't come to pick you. So if you have that kind of a friend, what will you say? How would you feel about that friend? So the people who have not
Very bad.
attended the webinar, yeah. How would you feel about those friends? If
Yeah, we'll
somebody,
Probably
feel bad.
wouldn't want to.
hmm,
We'll feel bad. We'll feel hurt.
hmm,
Ki, this thing is not being.
hmm,
We might also feel the problem isn't me, probably. I
That
might
she
have
doesn't
done
want to spend
something.
the time.
Yeah,
hmm,
she doesn't want to tell me, but probably something is, I have done something wrong.
okay, that as well. Would you think that person is a friend, trustworthy?
No.
No.
Hmm. Shutapa, you want to add, how will you feel if you have a friend who keeps making promises but then ends up breaking them? They'll say, I'm coming for lunch, last minute cancel. They'll say, I'll pick you up, last minute cancel. They'll say some stuff, lot of things, but then cancel. Shutapa, Di? Yeah.
For next time, I
Hmm?
think for next time we can't trust that friend.
Hmm.
It's not possible to.
So now imagine that person is you. How many times have you promised yourself you were going to get up in the morning, let's say, maybe exercise, do more healing, lose weight, save money, clean out the drawers? And these are just examples. You can think about the things that you promise yourself so many times and have broken those promises. Can you think of any
Many times.
instances?
Many.
Every day,
Yes. So, for example, I'm 46, and so for 40 years, I've been breaking promises to myself. Let's take my example. Okay. So, what is it that I'm telling my brain and my mind, who's watching me, that I'm not trustworthy, that don't take this person seriously. This person is not important. Ignore this person. You understand how our brain works, and that's the reason of our low self-esteem, because we've been breaking promises after promises after promises. And each of us have likely made thousands of promises to ourselves and then broken most of them. Is it true or not?
Yes, very true.
And that is the seed of low self esteem. Now,
And it
see,
nags you.
yes, of course, nags you is very superficial. It hurts your self esteem, because imagine living in a world where you can't even trust yourself. You are living in a world where you can't even trust yourself. You cannot even start trusting others, unconditionally, because you don't even trust yourself. So that is the world you're living in. So you're teaching yourself that you don't have to take yourself seriously. Unintentionally, you're teaching yourself that it's okay to let yourself down. And that's why so many people have low self esteem. Okay. And when I was small, we hear this, Raghukuli Reet Sada Chali Aayi, Pran Jai Par Vachan Na Jai. And I used to make fun, क्या राम जी एक बार बोल दिया, फिर क्या promise break नहीं करना, ये भी कोई बात है. But now I understand that he's not doing it for others. He's doing it for himself. Because even though when nobody is watching me, I'm watching myself. My self image, my self esteem is watching me. My brain and my mind is watching me, and they're making these decisions. And I'm not doing it once, I'm doing it multiple times. In fact, I'm a pro at it. Do you think you are a pro at breaking promises to yourself? Do you think you have aced it?
No.
That's good.
Then there is also one point that I hope we are not making unreasonable promises or
Yes, yes. Of course, of course. See, no, no. If we are trying to work on a goal and we are, working towards it, and sometimes, which is fine, which is great, making mistakes is great. But this
Mhm.
is, making small promises. I'll lose weight this year. I'll do this. So, how to tackle this is also, you can start with small thing. Let's say, one of my friend, gets up very late. So I told her, she said, how do I build this? So I told her, you make a very small promise that I will take bath before 12 noon every day. Just try to do this. Try not to break this promise. This will also work wonders. It looks very small thing, but power of compound interest over a period. If you keep on taking bath before noon for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, you can see how your self-esteem will rocket, because you made that promise to yourself. Okay. Should we move on?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, if you can't trust yourself, who can you trust? And what exactly is self-confidence? Self-confidence is how we feel about our ability to perform roles, functions, and tasks. Okay. So how confident are you in your ability? You can ask these questions. We did that prep work of writing down and all those things because I wanted to create a habit of self awareness, identifying our feelings, our emotions, and all those things. So you can ask yourself right now. You can write it on a piece of paper. How confident are you in your ability? You can put it on a scale of 1 to 10, or you can say yes or no. And how confident are you in your skill? How confident are you in your habits? So do you think you're confident in your ability, skill, and habits? Yes or no?
How is ability different from skill in this?
Yeah, ability is your internal thing, and then skill is something that you've learned. Let's say your
Over a period of
eating
time
skill, yeah,
acquired.
which you have practiced,
Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
You think you are confident in your ability on a scale of 1 to 10? You can write. Let me see if you're writing it on the chat. Ability, skill, and habits on a scale of 1 to 10. You can write three numbers, 10 being the highest. How much marks would you give yourself? You can just say it.
Ability, when you say it's for all this
Anything.
thing that I'm able to do this.
Yeah, your internal, confidence that not everything. Like if I say, what is your ability for, speaking French or skill? Not like that. Something that you're aware of. Like habits also. These are your internal ability, skill, and habits that only you know, you're aware of. So how confident are you in your ability to do a certain thing? How confident are you in your skill to, do a certain thing? And then habits, your habits, how confident are you in your habits? That, my habit, my healing habit, I can move mountains with my healing habits or whatever, not just healing, maybe some other habit that, the way I get up, the way I exercise, I don't, uh, the way I eat, my eating habits, all those things. How confident are you? So Akshita is saying habit is
There was a
5.
time when I was very confident with all three.
Mm.
Mm.
It's a learnable skill. You can again be.
हाँ,
Yeah.
पर there was, yeah, I don't know, maybe जितना मुझे, और अब मेरा फेस आ रहा है कि I'm doubting myself now. That's very surprising me why I'm doing it.
Mm. So you can undo it also. If you're doing it, then you can undo it also.
We were, but why I'm doing it now? There was a time when, I thought I could move the mountain with it.
तो वो धीरे धीरे ना तोड़ा जाता है, मतलब धीरे धीरे. It's not one day. Every day you're hammered that not good enough, not good enough, internally or externally, and then you take shape. So we'll talk about that as well. Okay, so nobody else is sharing the uh, numbers, but that's fine. Usually people rate themselves very high, and after that I ask them three questions, and these are very three profound questions. The first one is, and you can answer this, you can write it down: would you hire yourself to work on your team with your ability and your skills and your habit? And if you say yes, that's also great. Okay.
Yes, I would.
Yes,
Okay, Akshita, you'll hire
yes,
yourself.
yes.
Nidhi, Shuthapa, Kavita, would you hire yourself to work on your team with your skills, ability, and habits? And then the second question is, you can write it on the chat. Okay. Would you be your own role model? So Kavita is saying yes, that's good. So can
Mm.
you be your own role model?
Yes, I can be.
And the third question is, with your ability and your skills and your habits, would you want your kids to grow up to be just like you?
Hmm.
Sometimes this is the one that actually reveals. So would you want
If
your kids to grow up to
Yeah,
be
I would,
just like
yes. For certain habits and ability, yes,
yeah,
I would then like to
can we
be.
consider
But
maybe
being a
maybe yes. Yeah,
partially, like maybe
yeah,
partially?
yeah. So this is also good, the way, Akshita and
like
Kavita are
habits you
putting it.
said, having early in the morning,
Yeah,
having bath before breakfast. I cannot have breakfast without having a bath. So I must have a bath and then have a breakfast.
mm,
These kind of habits or
yes,
ability, the dincharya jo hai,
yeah.
I would like them to have.
So
But
here,
whereas,
yeah, yeah. So I'm getting to that. So you see how with this question so easy it is to find out which ability, skill, and habits you want to give forward, and which
Take
ability,
forward.
skill, and habits you need to concentrate and work on yourself. So this is basically for that only, for self awareness. So like you said, there are certain habits, like Akshita said, there are certain habits that yes, you want your kids to go. And even I think Kavita also said maybe or partially. Kavita is saying yes, not in habits. Okay. So does this help?
Does in realizing.
Hmm. Which are the things that you want to work on? Which are the things you don't want, to be part of your legacy to your children? Because whether you want it or not, you are passing on a legacy to your children,
mm,
Hmm.
good and bad.
I think children made me realize that. To tell you very frankly, they did.
Mm. Yeah, they will always.
Ah, they did.
Even my 6-year-old does.
Ah,
Yeah, very
yeah,
brutally honest and judgmental. Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on
yes.
to this from here. Joy, you can also contribute. I know you've attended it, but please feel free to contribute. Okay.
Yeah, I have visited Preeti.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go through these 7 keys to unlocking your confidence. Okay. So the first key is change your physiology to change how you feel. So let's do some, because we all have cameras on. Okay. So imagine that you're feeling very nervous. Where will you look? Imagine a scenario that you're very nervous. Maybe you've given an exam and result is going to come, or maybe if you have children, your child is going to get admitted to this great school and you're waiting for the result. So think of any scenario which is tough for you and see where you're looking.
This is
And
what I
also
do.
do that, you have to do that, body language, change your physiology. And also she's closing her eyes. Okay.
That's what
And
I do.
and if you're feeling uncertain, what will happen to your hands? And if you're feeling anxious, so change your body posture when you're feeling very nervous, very uncertain, and you're very anxious. I want to see all of you. And the people who have done it before, please do it again. It's all right. Nidhi, Joy, Shrutabadi, you can switch on your camera. That will help. So try to be, take that posture. And if you are not doing it, you're really not going to get the lesson. So please do it. It will really help you, because we're using our body to memorize the lesson. So act as if you're very nervous, very uncertain, and very anxious. Okay. Now imagine, okay. Now imagine with this, approaching any activity or anything in life with this kind of physiology, with this kind of body language. What are the chances of success for that particular thing if you approach it with this body posture or language? What are the chances of success?
Quite low.
Quite low. Yeah. What about you, Saridadi?
So no, itna practice ho gaya, my hand goes to my solar plexus, to tell you very frankly. you
See, it's
know,
very difficult for
the-
healers to act like this, but because we
हाँ,
let it be now. But
I was just thinking कि हाँ होता है, स्कूल में होता है. It's अब तो instant हो जाता है, that hand goes, and I just take a
feeling
that
great. Yeah.
breath, and yeah.
So our physiology does affect us It affects the people who are watching us, but it affects ourselves also. Okay, so it does affect you. So our non-verbal behavior affect not only the way people perceive us, but also how we perceive ourselves. Okay. So three simple habits that will improve your confidence instantly. So first one is smile. So smiling not only makes you more attractive and seem more successful, but also improves your mood, relieves stress, lowers your blood pressure, and helps you stay active, stay positive. So can you give me your smile, like a really beautiful smile, the best you can do? Smile.
Mm.
This is also an exercise, okay? Please smile. Don't give me the creepy smile, but a real smile. Smile. Okay, smile. Nidhi is smiling. Joy, you have to smile as well. Riyanshi, you're smiling. Shutaba, you have to smile as well. Because see, if you're
Yeah.
not doing these activities, then you'll not get the lesson. Okay, you're smiling. Now try to be depressed with the smiling. No, no, no. Keep smiling. Keep up the smile and try to be depressed. Can you do it?
Oh,
It's
we
not
can
Mm.
possible.
only
You need
actor
to
No.
can do
laugh
it.
instead, right? It's so instant. So smiling is, actually really powerful. It won't help you. I mean, it won't let you be depressed if you're smiling. And also, smiling for 2 minutes is good, but smiling for 8 hours, even for this, this period of this webinar, we'll see how much can you keep up the smile, because it takes an effort.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the reason why. We think that, if I'm not smiling, if I'm not doing attitude of gratitude, I'm in a even keel, I'm neutral. But no, if I'm not doing these things, I'm at a negative scale, because the natural condition of our mind is to be negative, to be suspicious, and that's a survival mechanism. Okay, for example, let's say you're having fun and you're eating dinner with your family. Okay, you're having the best time of your life. Suddenly you see a loud bang somewhere, doom, or something fell. What will you do? Like that, right? So what does that tell you? That even in your best moment, the mind is always suspicious, looking for things कि कुछ गलत तो नहीं है, कुछ तो नहीं हो रहा है. So that is the
Mhm.
natural state of the mind. So you have to consciously change it. So when you smile, you're conscious about your smile, and it's not only affecting the people who are watching you, but it's also affecting you. We just saw, right? When we are smiling, we can't be depressed. So that's number one, smile. The second one is sit up straight. So your body posture affects your confidence, and sitting up straight can make you more likely to believe on your own thoughts. Okay, so if you sit up straight with your, so now, okay, let's everybody sitting, and it's a very small thing. Imagine we are working 9 to 5 like this, hunched up. Imagine what it does to our confidence. Slowly erodes our confidence as well. A few minutes ago, Sarita was saying, I don't know what happened. My confidence is not what it used to be. Maybe she should upright her, laptop or chair and start sitting up straight. Okay, so let's do this thing. Smile. Give your best, most beautiful smile. Sit up straight, neck kahe up. And now, with this body language, do you think if you do any activity with this body language, what are your chances of success? When you're smiling, you're sitting up straight. Are your chances of success improved?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is just a demonstration how your physiology is making a difference. Okay. So the third one is strike a power pose. You can occasionally do this also. Make a V. And in healing, we know that, when you put your hands here, you're actually healing your kidneys. So basically, you're healing your relationship with that situation, with people, or with yourself at that time. So you can strike a pose, smile, keep your spine straight, and these all will help you become more confident. Okay, so that was key number one. Your physiology affects your confidence. Okay, should we move on to key number two?
Yeah.
Okay. So the second key is celebrate small wins. So what does that mean? So we wait for, big things to happen, but we should start celebrating our small wins also. So let's say for me, an example is that if I was able to do 1 hour of healing non-stop without any distractions, it's a yay for me. So I'll celebrate that win. If I wanted to talk to a client for a very long time and I couldn't do it, but finally I got the number and I spoke to that client, that's a celebration. So we have to celebrate small wins. And so one more thing that happens is uh, so let's read the slide. Does your mind undermine you? Does it tell you that you don't have what it takes or you're not good at doing what you're doing? Does it say that you're unlikable, inadequate, or incompetent? Does it ever say like that? Even if it's
Mm.
not, then I'll give you another example. Let's say something good happens, which is very, so you say, it's not that important. Does it happen that you don't celebrate it? You say, I think Akshita, your video is hanging, or is everyone's video hanging? Can you still hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, we can.
we can.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
so does it happen that अगर आपने कोई गलती कर दी तो आप अपने आप को, ओ यार ये गलती मुझसे कैसे हो गई, लेकिन अगर मैं कोई अच्छा चीज कर दिया, किसी ने बोला कि ओ यू डिड अ गुड थिंग, यू डोंट इवन यू से, अरे नहीं, इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील, यू से लाइक दैट, इट्स नॉट अ बिग
Mm,
डील, यू
mm,
से दैट?
mm.
No.
No, Akshita doesn't say that. That's good.
Yeah.
So ideally, we should say the best thing is yes, thank you, or you can say yeah, I know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, most people have this thing called imposter syndrome, where your mind manages to convince you that you're not really competent, you don't know what you're doing, you managed to get away with it so far, but at any moment you will be found out as a fraud. That is imposter syndrome. And then when we make small mistake, we almost feel bad about it. But when we accomplish a small goal, we almost never feel good about it. So there is a discrepancy, right? So that's why we need to celebrate the small wins. And when you're celebrating the small wins, it's not the win. Let's say if I'm in a business and I got maybe a client of 10,000 rupees, I'm not celebrating that 10,000 rupees because it's a small thing. What I'm celebrating is the person that I'm becoming, or I'm celebrating to show my mind that, this is a good thing. And uh, when I celebrate, it tells my mind, oh, you know what, if you do this, then you get a celebration. So it gives motivation to the mind. Sometimes many parents, healers parents especially, they say that मेरे बच्चे healing नहीं करते हैं. But अगर मम्मी ने healing जैसे आज full body की और बोली ये आज मैंने full body किया है, ice cream for all of you, then what are you subconsciously teaching your children? Healing means ice cream. That is the subconscious programming you're giving to your children. But instead of doing that, we don't even discuss. We don't say, yay, clap and dance that I finished my full body healing. You never celebrate. So how will you motivate? Next time you say, sometimes my healing nahi kar pati hu. I'm sure not in this group, but in many groups, people say, some days I just don't do a healing. You're not doing healing because you're not celebrating your win. You're not motivating your mind. There's no motivation. In fact, you're demotivating by, usko ignore करके. तो माइंड को लगता है यार ये तो कोई इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है ही नहीं, तो मैं इसके लिए इसको क्यों कंपेल करूं. सो वी आर celebrating the person, the habit, and we are encouraging our mind. You see how it's a game? We are there, but our mind is also there, our brain is there, which is always watching us, and we do these things so that we are training our mind. Make sense?
Yes.
हाँ, मेरे को नहीं समझ में आया what you're trying to say.
So let's say you do something, okay, you accomplish a small thing. What is an example for you, like what you did recently which was a good thing, you could have celebrated but you didn't celebrate, which is a good thing for you? Do you have an example?
Hmm.
You didn't do anything that was worth celebrating?
It's been very routine kind of thing. So I really don't know.
See, even in routine. Akshita, do you have any example?
Of a small win.
Yeah, that you could have celebrated. That would,
I did celebrate, in fact.
hmm,
Mm, I find waking up in the morning very hard, very
hmm,
hard.
hmm,
And when I started sending my child to school,
hmm,
I understood that this means getting up every day at 7 a.m., sending him off to school because I'm also very punctual about timings.
hmm.
So this is the first day we started with our holidays, and I took him and we danced and we shouted happy holidays and we
Yes,
shouted
that's
and
good.
we danced कि कल से हम late सोएंगे. So I think that was a small win for me. एक भी दिन छुट्टी नहीं कराई
Yeah.
and managed to send him on to school on time every day. So that is one of my wins for today.
Yeah. So, the key point is you said you danced and you celebrated. So when you
Yeah.
did that, you gave your mind a taste. You gave them a dopamine rush, and then the next time the mind will push you to follow those habits that will uh, result in more of those wins and celebrations. I think Kavita wrote something. Yeah, when I completed my reporting backlog, I treated myself and my team with Kit Kat, chips, and coffee. Yeah, so you're not celebrating that report, you're celebrating the person that you're becoming. So you're training your mind to do more and more of those behaviors so that, more and more of those dopamine doses you'll get. And as we all know, dopamine is the currency that we all humans work for, even animals. So, Sarita, is it still not making sense? Why do we celebrate? Why do we have to? Why is it important to celebrate small wins?
Hmm. Yeah, I understand. It's acknowledging, है ना?
No, no, it's not acknowledging. You have to celebrate. See, acknowledging
Celebrate
is
it.
like, yeah. I'm too cool. Okay, acknowledge. ठीक है, बैठ जाओ. ठीक है, not a big thing. It's not we have to celebrate. Let's say, you know, you did something good. ऑफिस में या स्कूल में किसी ने बोला कि सरिता जी आपने आज इतना अच्छा काम किया है, आपने you took care of this. I'm so glad. आप शाम को जाके you say I was given this appreciation. I'll go out for a dinner with my husband and my kids, then it will
ये शायद
teach.
कभी नहीं किया ना. You
Hmm?
know, I don't think so that I must have said कि oh I got this thing and all that. It would be till that only. I don't think so. I ever celebrated my
Yes,
small
yes.
win.
So we have to celebrate, and I'll tell you why. So let's say you come home and you say, we are going out for dinner, or if you have pizza, we are ordering pizza, or we are ordering your best food, your favorite food, and you order and you eat it with your family. What will tell that your subconscious mind or your brain that oh, this kind of behavior is good. They'll get a rush, and so the next time you'll again do. It will motivate you to do that behavior more, and you'll be motivated and pushed towards doing that. But if you just acknowledge, it will be one off thing, and it's kind of demotivating also if you're not even acknowledging. But in your case, you're at least acknowledging. But when you're not celebrating, you're really taking that motivation opportunity away from
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah. But yes, I agree with you, and I think I'm not celebrating it enough.
Yes. And so most people have a hard time celebrating their small wins. They usually say this is because it feels silly to celebrate, and effort doesn't seems like an achievement.
हम्म, ये तो जैसे कोई बोलेगा अरे नहीं ये तो हमको करना ही था, दिस वाज माय ड्यूटी
हाँ,
काइंड.
या सो इट्स आपने मोटिवेट नहीं किया, आपने अपने आप को डीमोटिवेट कर दिया.
हाँ,
सो या
get it.
so why celebrate 1 hour of studying, or 1 hour of non-stop healing, or a single workout session?
Mhm.
This is because
Mm.
any accomplishment, no matter how small, activates the reward circuitry of of our brains. Okay, so when this pathway is open, dopamine is released that gives us a feeling of achievement and motivation. And that enables us to not only get that sweet feeling of reward, but also to take action to move toward what triggered its release in the first place. And it's not just for you, because you'll see that most people in a family also don't know how to celebrate. So if you celebrate that small win, Your husband will also learn how to celebrate. Your children will also learn, or your children will automatically they'll say that healing is good. Every time mom does full body healing, we go out to a restaurant for dinner. So subconsciously they'll say that healing is good, healing means food, healing means good food, like that. So you are ingraining those habits and those those programming, positive programming that you want. So
I
this is
think
the
I'm an
very,
example of positive programming because I learned it from my mother.
yeah, yeah, your mom is super positive. Mom radiating. Yeah. So this is a very same substance that gets people hooked on gambling, nicotine, and alcohol. So we are talking about dopamine now. So everyone, it's not uh, possible for any human to be not addicted to anything. We're all addicted to something. It can be a negative thing or a positive thing or a neutral thing, but we are all addicts. So when you start celebrating your small wins, you are getting addicted to your progress. So let's say I'm doing a good thing. From in my case, I would say healing again. If every time I do a full body healing, I jump and celebrate and maybe go for an ice cream with my daughter, then I'm getting addicted because of that dopamine rush. So I'm getting addicted to my progress towards my healing. So instead of getting addicted to, alcohol or gambling, we can get addicted to our progress in this way, gently moving, tilting our brain to go for this behavior, behavioral changes. So you're celebrating because of who you are becoming, and you're celebrating to reinforce the good behavior and develop an addiction to progress. The big life changing achievements will come as a result of your daily tiny actions in the right direction. So, we actually we don't even know how to celebrate. I mean, we have
Yeah.
stopped. We knew, but we have stopped. So we did this exercise in last webinar, and nobody was doing it, and Evu did it for us. Evu, you do it again, okay? Let's say you got, okay, how much is more for you? 100 crore lottery win. Okay, just now you came to know you got 100 crore rupees. Joydeep bhaiya, again for you in euros, 100 million, but you got 100 crore lottery. What will your physiology be? What will you do? Show it. Don't stop yourself. Show yourself how you'll do. Evu, show it. Evu, can you show? I don't know if she's connected to the.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. We can see
Sudden,
her.
see, you will not be sitting here like this if you know you got 100 crore lottery.
Okay, I will
You have to
wait.
show. Yeah, Akshita, do it. Do it, Akshita. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, good job.
Definitely won't be sitting.
Good job. So when is the last time you did that? All the adults in the room.
This afternoon I did it.
Yes, yes, you told it with your son also. You've done it. Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
very important. The dopamine rush that she got, and see how it affected us. Also, we were also laughing. So please tell me, when was the last time you celebrated? We've lost, touch with how we even used to celebrate as kids. It's very natural and it's very, universal as human beings. The way we were doing like this, nervous and anxious, African, American, Chinese, Indian, everybody will do like this only. And when you're celebrating like this, everybody will do like this. This is universal human, language, non-verbal. So utilize it. Your body is the best tool. This was a great chance to do. I People are not on camera, Kavita and Nidhi's. I think videos frozen. Joydeep Bhaiya, you want to do it? You want to try?
And last time, yeah, I did when
Yeah.
Argentina won the World Cup 2022. I
See,
was
for
very
you don't have to wait for World Cup
happy.
2020 to do that.
No, no,
You
I
can,
was just saying,
yeah,
Okay.
2020. Oh my God. See,
Yeah.
you can do it now on 12/22/2023 and see the
Hope
change.
this thing will happen in 2024 as well.
You can do it now. This is, you see, these are very normal things, but most people are not aware of it. Most people are not. They just know either, oh, मैं confident हूँ, मैं confident नहीं हूँ, but they don't. If you go and say, I'm low confident, what do I do? They will look at you like, what? This is not a learn. They don't even think that confidence is a learnable skill. So whatever you're learning, it's very common knowledge, but people are just ignorant. They can't see it.
No,
Okay, so
normally when
thank you.
this kind of things happens, automatically your body language
Yeah.
comes in a different way. So you
Yeah.
need not express, it comes
You can do
automatically.
it, monkey dance in the morning in front of your mirror also. And the way to do it, we did it in the last webinar, is, look in the mirror and not say just, oh, you're great, you're amazing. Be very specific. Like I can say, and I said it in the last webinar also, but you, Preeti, you do it so great. You made such a great presentation. You put all your ideas in the slides in such a small time. You're amazing. Awesome job. I'm proud of you. So I was being very specific. So not like, oh, you're great, you're amazing. The more specific you are, the more, specific and detailed you are, tailor-made appreciation for yourself in the mirror, the more you do, the more confident you will become, and happier also you will become. So you should do that. Don't take that away from yourself, and do celebrate. Okay,
Yes.
shall we move on? Okay. So I'll give you 4 ways to celebrate and reward yourself, and these are just my ideas. You can change them. So the first one is take a day off. So whenever you do these, accomplish something small, which is a win that needs to be celebrated, you can take a day off. If you're too busy, you can, if not the whole day, you can take a half a day off, or maybe 3 hours. And it should be a real one with no internet, no phone, and no work. So completely relaxing. So that's one way of celebrating without alcohol. The second one is that you can go to a friend for full body touch reiki, or you can go for a massage or any other therapy, those ayurvedic therapies and all. And this method is a double win because it improves our health as well. So that's another way. This is actually number 2. And see, I was just praising myself for this awesome PowerPoint, and there's no. So the thing is, action is our best friend, and we should not wait for perfection. We should be doing massive, imperfect action. Okay. So I believe in that massive, imperfect action. Because I think if I'm not doing action, I'm taking away from the world. So I have to do action. And then third one is treat yourself. So you can, buy yourself a new dress, or maybe a gadget, or maybe go for a trip if it's a little bit bigger win. So this is the third way. And then of course, go for a meal. You can go to your favorite restaurant, or you can go to a new restaurant that you wanted to try. Okay. And you can take your friends and family along with you. And then of course, कोई पैसा नहीं लगता है. You do what Akshita just showed. Jump with joy. And masters have actually told us, if you have a sprint in your walk, when you're jumping, you're releasing all the negative energies. One day in a seminar hall, they actually bought a trampoline, and then we jumped on it. It's very good for your energy body also. When you're jumping, you're releasing all the negative things onto Mother Earth, and she's healing. Okay. So let's acknowledge ourselves, give ourselves pat on the back, acknowledge your progress and efforts, and give yourself a pat on the back and smile. Don't wait for others to give you a pat, you pat yourself. Look in the mirror. So let's do one by one. Give yourself a compliment. Joydeep, you can start with you. You can, give yourself a pat on the back and say why did you pat it yourself? What did you do today?
Nothing much. It was a busy day, in fact. So it's going on. So, but it was a good day.
So the
Yeah. And
connection is
and
there.
you're taking time out again to attend this session. That really, so you say,
Yes,
wow, Jaideep, good job.
yes, yes, yes.
Saridadi, you want to pat yourself on the back and give yourself a compliment? Specific.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a very, a very, very busy day in the school. We had this exchange program with Jodhpur students where I was in charge to, we were planning some kind of food for them. They were to eat, they were to eat in the school only, lunch. So this time I had planned we will serve them pasta, जो सर की recipe थी, sauce की, that I cooked that. सब कुछ बना लिया and all everything. Then I wanted to go and check with it. Did they like it? A lot of healing in that food. and they were enjoying it. Yes, I did pat myself today after meeting them, and I asked them, and they were so happy with the food. Though I did not get anything from anybody, nobody acknowledged it. आज मैं यही तुम्हारे साथ देख रही मैम सबका acknowledge करी थी, इसने ये करा मैंने कहा food तो मेरे को तो acknowledge ही नहीं, but I did to myself. Yes, and I was happy with the girl who, she worked hard with me. There were those didis. So, so I was happy with that.
Nidhi, pat on the back. You want to go next?
Yeah. Today I shop arranged utensil for my new kitchen, and I made halwa to
Yay.
start my beginning. It's a big cup.
Good pat, yeah. Akshita, you want to pat yourself
Yes,
and be specific in your this thing.
I think I'm very proud of myself for being able to attend this webinar today. I don't
Yeah.
remember the last time I did this like after I got married. I haven't done this, and then I've had a child. I managed to trust my husband to make him eat and make him sleep on time. Although he's only one floor away from me, but
Yeah.
I'm glad I did something for myself,
Yes.
and had my son taken care of and everything was in order. So I'm happy. I'm
Yeah.
happy.
So pat on your back. That's a very big feat.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing more, I sleep early, and but
Mm.
I today I think I have to attend it.
So you prepared your body also. That's great, Nidhi. So double pat. Kavita, you want to pat yourself?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I've already, I've
See, you were
already.
working whole day and then you are attending this webinar with camera off. You should pat yourself
Yeah,
with
I'll
closed
pat.
camera.
I'll
कई
pat.
बार मुझे जम्भाई भी आ रही थी, मतलब यॉर्निंग हो रही थी,
Uh,
पर इट्स ओके।
hmm.
कंटिन्यू।
It's okay, yeah. This is who we are. It's all right. Yeah. And Shuttapa Didi, I think we lost her again. Okay. So let's move on. So, appreciate yourself, celebrate small wins. It's not the win, it's the habit that you want to inculcate and motivate. And then key number 3 is deposit positive thoughts to your memory bank. So let's do this again. We'll use our body, okay, for this. So your brain is a bank. So we are depositing positive thoughts in our memory bank. So brain and then positive thoughts is like memory. Okay. So, and why do we do that? Because much lack of self-confidence can be traced directly to a mismanaged memory. And what does that mean? It means that most of the time we dwell and the impressions of hurtful memories, or where we felt less or where we felt pained, or all those negative emotions that we associate with negative emotion, anything, it's very deeply ingrained. And like we were just discussing, these small wins we are not even registering in the mind, because we're not registering, not uh, celebrating. They're not even getting registered, and we're waiting for these big wins which happen once in a while. So there is a disbalance. All the negative memories are hard, and there, and every time I do something, my mind will go straight away and check the memory bank and say, oh, you're a failure, this thing happened to you, not allowed, not qualified, don't do it. So that is what is happening. Okay. So much lack of self confidence can be traced directly to a mismanaged memory. So your brain is very much like a bank. Every day we make thought deposit in our mind bank, and these thoughts deposit and grow and become your memory. So every thought that I'm thinking is getting deposited. When you settle to think, or when you face a problem, in effect, you say to your memory bank, what do I already know about this? So whenever this is, it can be a big thing or a small thing, and this happens automatically. Whenever I'm doing something, the first thing mind does, it goes back to the memory bank, checks, oh, what do I know about this? So it's a simple example. uh, as a child, we may have been burned by a hot stove, right? We touched it and it was hot, and that memory has stayed. So even as an adult, when I see a hot stove, I don't touch it. I don't go like, okay, every day I'll touch it and see, oh, it's hot, oh, it's hot. No, when I see the hot stove, my memory says, okay, tell me, or my brain says, what do I know about this? They'll say, oh, don't touch it, it's hot, you've been burned before. So I'll not touch it. It's because of the memory. So instantly for every action, it's going, checking what's there in the memory, pulling out that information, and then telling me what action to perform. Okay. So your memory bank automatically answers and supplies you with bits of information relating to the situation that you deposited on your previous occasions. And everyone encounters plenty of unpleasant, embarrassing, and discouraging situations. um, Nobody is immune to it. Even if you have a great childhood, great, so at some point you may have been embarrassed, may have faced unpleasant situations, and these are all stored as memories in your memory bank. And the teller is there. Whenever you go, it will give you, okay, this is what you have. Okay. So the difference between unsuccessful people, or actually should not say unsuccessful, but maybe people with low confidence, is they take them to the heart, they dwell on the unpleasant situation and deposit these negative thoughts in the memory bank. Okay, and that's most of us. Confident, successful people specialize in putting positive thoughts into their memory bank. And how do we do that? As healers, we can do attitude of gratitude, right? In the morning, the first thing we do when we wake up is like, oh, when you open your eyes, you can say, oh, wow, I'm alive. Because there are millions of people who didn't even open their eyes today. So I'm just so happy to be alive. So that's the first gratitude. And then we do our, our attitude of gratitude, which, our Reiki attitude of gratitude. But you can consciously also be grateful for the things that you have in your life. And if you can't think of anything, just be grateful for that. You have a roof, you have a mind, you can think, you can talk, you can express yourself, you're an intelligent person. All these things are to be grateful for. And what it is doing is that it is creating a balance in your memory. So whenever you have a situation which is maybe a little bit challenging, instantly your subconscious mind will go and say, what is there in the memory bank? And so, oh, you're a very positive person, you had a great day the other day. So it will say and say you can do it. But if you only have negative thoughts in your memory bank, you'll say, leave it, you can't do it, don't even attempt it. That's what it'll say. It will be in the survival mode. So if you want to have more confidence, deposit good thoughts in your memory bank, count your blessings, recall the many good things you can be grateful for. So that is why starting your morning or ending the night with attitude of gratitude is so powerful. And can you think of your routine that has helped you to grow confidence over the years? And if you want to share anything, any thought that you regularly, update in your memory, which has helped you overcome situations. Can you think of anything like that? You can think about it and tell us, let us know. So what is the one easy way? So I'm just giving you one tool. You can have an accomplishment journal or maybe a wall. I've started doing that on, social media on my Insta page, but it's very good to have a journal. It can be a small notebook. Like for example, Sarita had a very great day where she cooked food and she put a lot of healing in that food. She can put it in that accomplishment journal. So every small thing that over time we will forget about it. Before we forget, as soon as you do it, just write it down in the journal. And what it will do is that in times when you have these challenges and you're doubting yourself, you can go back to your accomplishment journal and look at it and you say, oh my God, I did this. Oh my God, I'm so awesome. Oh my God, I did this. I can take anything. So that will help you. That will, help you as a tool to, sometimes we forget how great we are. That will help you to remind you that how great you are and how you have overcome challenges in the past. So you can do that online, you can do it on a notebook. uh, that's why the sports stars have those trophies and everything on the wall, because when you're walking down you can just see and say, oh, wow. Even for your Reiki certificates, you can do put it on the wall and then say, oh my God, I'm a master of healer, I did Reiki 1. All these, so all these small things will work like a memory bank. And humans are not very good with keeping all these thoughts. We have so many thoughts, we think of millions of thoughts in a day. So it's better to put it on paper, because words are very important. And one thing that separates us from animals is our ability to communicate, precisely and finely. So I think we should utilize that, use the words, write it down, and that will make you unstoppable, and you will be better off than so many other people in this world. Is Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you think you can do it? Yeah. Yeah. So let's say, imagine, Akshita, you're writing it now, and when in your 40s you see, oh my God, I was this.
एक वो भी था ना, passing, that sometimes you try to over, you don't want to कि हम show off कर रहे हैं, kind of thing, then you want to
Hmm.
bring it down little, you don't want to
Yes,
talk to
yes.
people that you know कहीं पे
So,
ये बहुत चीजें इफेक्ट है कि नजर लग जाएगी ना, the kind of thing that you say कितना भी ज्यादा नहीं बोलना चाहिए.
पता है क्या, not
So you
nazar.
want to bring down your achievements little कि अच्छा
Yeah.
हाँ ठीक है,
Let's see. I was watching this match of Tiger Woods. Okay, when Tiger Woods was going, when he was on his prime, when he's going for
हम्म.
his match, he's not thinking कि oh नजर लग जाएगी, मैं थोड़ा कम खेल लेता हूँ या कुछ. No, he is going कि I will go and crush it, man. He's looking at the competitor and he's saying, why did
That's
you bother
that's
showing up?
no about your achievements, like you did well or you want to write it. Then sometimes you want to just downplay it at times.
Yeah, don't see, when you're downplaying it, you're demotivating yourself. So you
हाँ,
write it in your private
there's
journal.
it. Yeah, it has more now. It has become a very it become a habit now.
Yeah, so slowly वही मैं कह रही हूँ ना कि एक दिन में नहीं है, so slowly chipping away the motivation.
Mm.
So don't do that to yourself. When you're celebrating, you're giving, I mean, it's an opportunity to celebrate. You should celebrate it. You're taking away that opportunity from your loved ones, from yourself, from your family, from your genuine well-wishers. Don't take it away. So anything else anyone wants to add to that accomplishment journal? Do you think you'll maintain it? So I was saying, Akshita,
Yeah,
imagine you're in your 40s and you see all the great things that you
I
did.
started also in
Awesome
some
things.
small way. I'd made a flower.
Hmm.
Tomorrow in the school I put it.
Hmm.
हाँ, कि आई मेड दिस थिंग कि मैं थोड़ा चीनी कम करूंगी. और जिस दिन कम होगी उस दिन मैं उस पेटल को कलर करूंगी,
Hmm.
so that I get motivated to ऐसी एक्टिविटी शुरू करी थी, but it fell through.
Hmm. So consistency is the key, na? Consistency is the,
Consistency is the key.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll
I'll
move
share
on.
that.
Mm-hmm. Sarita Di, you were saying something. Please continue.
No, I'll share that photo of that flower that I was trying to do.
Okay, sure, sure. And
Maybe I'll
smile.
start with.
Smile. It takes an effort. Okay, so we are moving on to the next key, which is key number 4, act as if. This is very funny, but it works. So people get stuck when they hold on tightly to the following belief. I have to feel confident before I can achieve my goals, perform at my peak, and do the things I want to do or behave like the person I want to be. Like I asked this very senior healer that why don't you do Reiki mastership? And she told me that, I have to learn stuff. I have to feel confident in my healing. Then only I'll do mastership. So that is what most people think about their whatever they are working in. So they think that they have to feel confident first and achieve the goals, and then they'll feel confident. But actually it's the opposite, which will help you become more confident. So you have to act as if uh, uh, you're already that person. So one of the exercises that we did was, first we wrote in the prep work, we wrote what is the best life that you want, and then we created this character,
Yeah.
Hmm.
what you need to become in order to be that. So you assume that you're already that character, and it's not about acting. You do the actions that person will do. Okay. So single most powerful way to build confidence is to act with the confidence you aspire to have. That is, to act as if you already possess the confidence you aspire to have. So I'll give you an example of this. Saridati, you are still there, right? So my husband, uh,
I'm here. I'm very much here. I
okay, okay.
just
So
want
my
to.
husband, I gave this example last time also. I think it's a very good example. So my husband likes, I mean, Elon Musk, okay, the Twitter founder and all these. What is that? Tesla's founder. So he likes Elon Musk. So I told him one day that imagine you swap lives with Elon Musk, okay? What if, and you can think about this for your own role model. If you have a role model, think about that person, okay? What if you swap their lives, your life with them for 6 months? So I said, I told my husband that Elon Musk will have your name, he will have your bank balance, he'll have your family, your everything, your body, everything. Okay, he will live your life as Anil, and you will live his life as Elon Musk. What do you think will happen after 6 months to your life and his business, or your business and your his business? So this is what he told me. He said that obviously Elon Musk, the way I left it, he will give me a better life after 6 months. I'll be in a better position, maybe a bigger home, maybe a better job, or maybe a promotion. And I said, what will happen to Elon Musk? Maybe he will lose a couple of $1 million because of the decision that my husband will make. So you can think of it, think like that for your, this is not to demotivate you, just to show you how the actions, confident action makes a difference. Think of your role model, and let's say they swap lives with you for 1 year or maybe 6 months. They have your same name, everything same. What will happen to your life? What will they do to your life after 6 months or 1 year? When they give you back your life, will it be the same or better or worse? What do you feel?
It's very hard for at least me to imagine
Mm,
because somehow I've never been able to have
that role model, yeah.
a role model.
Mm.
I don't know.
What about you, Sarita Di?
सुनो मेरे रोल मॉडल तो सर ही थे.
हाँ तो
When
सरी, मेरे भी सरी हैं, आप
हाँ,
बताओ. तो लेट्स से सर
when I
सर.
think of him, then I'm sure things would be much different.
Yes, why
He
would they be
was
different?
so he was very proactive.
Yeah. So action, right? Because of the
हाँ,
actions he'll take, he will not think twice before making that call. He will not think twice before.
हाँ,
So
yeah.
this is the key. So nobody, so this is our limiting belief, right? I mean, nobody is stopping
हाँ.
us, we are stopping ourselves. Our actions are not matching up to our potential. We do this comparison only to,
Hmm.
so it's nothing else, it's your actions, and that's what we have to change. So you don't wait to become that person to act like that. You start acting as if you already possess those qualities and confidence, and then go about your day. Okay. So how would you move if you were confident? How would your posture be if you were confident? What kind of mannerism and gestures would you employ if you were extremely confident person? Okay, these are the questions. These are for you. You don't need to answer them, but this is just to illustrate. Okay. how you can change. So what things you need to change. So what kind of voice, tempo and pitch would you use if you were confident? What kind of gaze would you use if you were confident? How would you breathe? So remember when we were doing that exercise of anxious or nervous, we were also, the breathing was also shallow. But if somebody is confident, their
Mhm.
breathing will also have, they will breathe from the lower abdomen, their chest will be expanded, their voice will have the right pitch, and even the gaze will be like this. It's not going to be staring, like don't creep people out by staring without blinking, but have a powerful gaze. And remember, the physiology is not just affecting others, it's affecting you as well. Your internal brain and mind, it's affecting that as well. So you can try these out for maybe one day and see. Don't even, I'm not even saying try these for 7 days. Do it for one day and see. See the difference in your confidence. Okay. So the next time if you're feeling insecure, ask yourself, what would a confident person do in this situation? And then just do it. So Saritadi, as you said, sir, your role model is sir. So let's say you have a challenging situation, you have to make a decision. And I'm taking a example because for me also it's sir. I always do it. I think what will sir do? So when I'm
Mhm.
essentially I'm picking myself out of that situation and putting myself out, and I'm putting sir in there with me, with my personality. My limiting beliefs have also gone. I've sort of taken a
Mhm.
step back. So in that situation I can see it as an outsider, and then my limiting beliefs are not clouding my judgment or my actions. And then so it's like I borrow the courage when I don't have. I'm borrowing the courage from what I know as sir, and then I'm taking the action. But it's not acting again, it's action. So we have to do it. Okay. And the opposite of fear is faith. Surrender
Mhm.
to the divine, faith. So if you're faithful, then just take a leap of faith. And don't go after perfection, go after massive imperfect actions, because mistakes are great and perfection is a myth. Okay. So the more action you put behind your intentions, the more confident you will become. uh, so was there a time that you acted as if you were confident and found yourself actually being more confident as a result? You don't have to answer it right now, you can think about it. Uh, so I'm apologize, I'm trying to speed up the webinar a little bit, because last time we had these two big sessions and I don't want to do it with this. We've already passed the time, so I'll try to conclude it. But if you have any questions after this also, I'm open, like we can discuss. Okay. But if you feel if the pace is too fast, let me know and I'll slow down.
No, 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 it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So if you want to be more confident, act as if you are a confident person. Okay. Don't wait to become that person. Just start acting. And by acting, I mean action. So number 5 is take confident action. So now this is the key. Okay. So if you want to be more confident, act as if you are a confident person. We already spoke about it a little bit. So, I'll read this twice, okay? So it is not based on your actual ability to succeed at a task, but your belief in your ability to succeed.
Hmm.
So it is not based on your actual ability to succeed at a task, but your belief in your ability to succeed. And the flip side of it is, let's say somebody says, somebody has a fear of speaking in public. If they've already decided, मुझसे बात नहीं होती है, I'm very nervous, I can't speak. So, and they go on the stage and do badly. It's not because they didn't have the ability, because their belief was so strong that it took over. So it's actually the belief. The belief comes first, and the ability has to follow the belief. So belief, and especially for healers, belief is paramount. So belief comes first and your actual ability has to follow it. Okay, so it's not based on your actual ability to succeed at a task, but your belief in your ability to succeed. So your belief in your ability to speak in front of an audience, your belief in your ability to learn a new skill, your belief in your ability to lead a team, your belief in your ability to handle confrontation or manage conflict. So if you have a belief that I am a peacemaker, अगर family में दो लोगों के बीच में tension है, so if you have the conviction that I can take care of it, you will be able to take care of it. So the belief will come and the ability has to follow. So your belief in your ability to change your job or career or start a business. So belief first, ability later. And this is actually the master key to unstoppable confidence. The actions of confidence come first, the feelings of confidence come later. I have to give you this insight. When I put out that, I'll do Healing 2024 webinar, I had no idea what I will, do in the webinar. I just said, let me take this massive action. And I just put it out there. And I had the belief that, when the time comes, I will know which topic to pick. So I just did it with, extreme confidence. And it could have been a massive, misstep, but it did not. Hopefully it's not, because I did get very good 5-star reviews. Uh, so it was belief and the abilities coming now. Okay. So that was just an
Yes.
example. So action cures fear. Indecision, postponement, and procrastination fertilizes fear. So 5 exercises that you can do, and they are very funny, but you should do it, okay, to boost your confidence. So be a front seater, okay. So sitting up front builds confidence. Putting up your hands builds confidence. Asking a question builds confidence. Participating builds confidence. Showing up on time builds confidence. Turning on the camera during a virtual meeting builds confidence. Okay. So when you go for a meeting, make sure you're the first person to ask a question. Don't be the last person. Like, for this group, it's all right. But some people are, even in my office, when we ask them to switch on camera, they are hesitant. But after one day with camera on, they become very happy because they have already done the action.
Action.
So action cures fear. Okay. So be a front seater. Be the first person to ask a question. And I don't know if you know Jordan Peterson. He was, teaching his, he's an American psychologist, and he was teaching his daughter that when you go for a corporate meeting, there are a lot of people who are attending the meeting and they're not asking these questions. And she said that I'm getting these questions, and I think that, I feel that if I ask this question, they'll say what a stupid person. Like, this is a very basic thing. Why does she not even understand this when we're talking about these high end topics? So he said that you keep asking these questions, because once you have asked these stupid questions enough, you will stop being stupid. So ask as many stupid questions as you can, and then you will stop being stupid. Okay. So action cures fear. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Just do it. So groom yourself properly. I think this is very, everybody knows this, but take care of your personal hygiene and dress yourself appropriately. Feel happy looking at yourself in the mirror. When you look good, you feel good. And also when don't be obsessed with it also. I mean, that's your choice if you want to be. But so when you're taking time out for your clothes and all, you're also giving subtle messages to yourself, your brain and your mind, that I'm worth it, you know. So grooming is important. Perform physical exercises every day. So stretching, swimming, jogging, Surya Namaskar, KQ dance, going to the gym, any physical effort, whether you're working or jogging, releases endorphins and improves your mood and overall confidence. Healthy body, healthy mind. So even if for 5 minutes. So the master used to say that if you don't have time to go to the gym, you can just spot run in your home at your place. Spot run on the spot for 5 minutes. That will also work. And walking does not count as an exercise. You have to raise your heart rate and practice speaking up. Maybe you think to yourself, my opinion does not makes a difference. If I say something, I'll probably look foolish. I'll let others speak. I'll just say nothing. When I was small, also even in healing, when masters were speaking, I was saying, कोई और पूछ लेगा ये मेरा question answer हो जाएगा. But that is the wrong approach. Practice speaking up. It's all right if the question is weird. It's all right. We're not perfect. Just accept that. But at the same time, we know that we are amazing. Okay. So each time you fail to speak, you feel more inadequate, more inferior. Often you make a faint promise to yourself that, I'll speak next time. But always remember, if you wanted to ask a question and you didn't answer, didn't ask that question, you thought that, किसी को पता नहीं चला, but आपके मन को पता चला, आपके माइंड को पता चला, आपके सेल्फ एस्टीम को चोट लगी, आपके सेल्फ इमेज को चोट लगी. So even if nobody knows, internally and then वो conclusion आ जाएगा, not good enough, and that will give a hit to your confidence. So ask that question, let it out of your system. So make a rule to speak up at every open meeting you attend. Speak up, say something voluntarily at every meeting you attend if possible. Comment, contribute, ask a question. Don't be the last person to speak, be the first one to speak. Okay, make sense? All right. The more you speak up, the more you add to your confidence, and the easier it is to speak up the next time. So speak up. Okay, make it a habit. And after making that, asking that question, you can go home and have an ice cream, celebrate that.
I had a question in
Yeah,
that
Kavita.
regards. One
Yeah.
is that when you speak up out of, I would say, confidence and speaking up to express your opinion.
Hmm.
But for instance, I encountered a situation today which actually made me quite angry.
Hmm.
So there was some work related situation, and some colleague had gone ahead and done something which I found was a little bit, out of line, or out
Hmm.
of line with what I had handed over her to do over the vacations, because now I'm on leave.
Hmm.
So it was like, कि मैं निकलते ही, you kind of just start pulling me down and put up another roster or do whatever. So I felt like having a conversation, but I didn't do so because I felt that I was a bit angry
Yes.
and I would botch up the conversation. So maybe when 2 or 3 days elapse, then I would balance myself. And if required, I'll have a conversation, or I'll just text or do something else. So I was just wanting to ask that sometimes you don't speak up out of your innate need to avoid confrontation. Is that okay?
So, Kavita, there are two things. Okay, one is the question that you just asked, that you don't speak up because you don't want to avoid confrontation. And the first one is that, hearing what you just said, because you were very angry. So, especially in a professional environment, but we should do it in a personal environment also. Never speak, never communicate when you're angry, right? I mean, the most powerful people in this world are who have EQ, emotional quotient, is very high. So
Hmm.
obviously that was a smart move to not blurt it out when you're angry, because then you will be judging and speaking more than required, right?
Hmm.
uh, in this period, you think that 3 days is enough for you to gauge the situation. But I don't know anything about it anyways, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think
Hmm.
3 days is a pretty long time. उसमें क्या
Hmm.
होगा ना कि आप खर्च हो जाओगे. Don't even
Exactly.
want that कि आप खर्च हो जाओ and then you go back again as timid. So
Yeah.
you have to understand, do you want to be likable? Would you rather be somebody who has a loud mouth and confident, or bichari or sehmi? So you
No,
pick. Hmm,
what I've actually done is, now this is something I'm observing myself very keenly nowadays. So I'm observing myself as in, what are my work, like, how do I function in the rat race at work?
hmm,
So I'm observing myself, and what I've done as an action, follow-up action, was that I just called up the acting HOD,
hmm,
and I explained to her the entire situation, and I said, this is has been edited. However, this was my point of view, and kindly look into the matter according to your jurisdiction, whatever.
hmm,
So, yes, I bypassed that colleague of mine. I bypassed that conversation because I also felt the need that people over the years had taken me quite for granted. So, I would be playing the game, so to speak, to remain in a position of, my own power also.
hmm. So
So,
again, Kavita, I come from a corporate environment. You come from a healthcare background, so I don't know how the things are. But do you think on the phone was better? Do you guys send emails to each other? Because written word is a piece of evidence, and it's
hmm,
easier for the other person also to forward it, as long as you were not emotionally driven, and you wrote the facts as is and your problems without judging someone, but telling your. And if you send that email, that works very strongly. This is what
hmm,
sir had advised me, even
okay.
before talking to my boss. He said write it down, and that works in the corporate environment, because again I
Hmm,
come from a corporate environment. I don't know if
hmm.
communicating on the phone is the norm in your
Yeah,
organization.
it is actually. So, in these kind of issues, uh, communication over phone or text
No,
is
no,
more
how
common.
much emails are you guys sending?
No, no, not at all.
No,
No
yeah,
email.
so
Yeah.
that's why the phone was the thing, yeah. So it is a
Hmm.
little bit tricky, yeah. But
Yeah. So,
you should be
and
known for,
actually,
your reputation should precede,
because
uh,
I'm currently observing this, that sorry, I'm taking a bit of time for
no, it's
this,
all
but
right.
communication. So communication is something that I've been observing and trying to work on in myself. As in, sometimes I haven't been speaking up for myself, and now all my colleagues in the current phase, we're not on great terms, because somehow they don't trust me, and maybe they don't trust me because they think that I'm closer to the higher ups in the hierarchy. So but now I don't care also. So I was just wanting to share this with you.
But Kavita, I'm glad you shared that. But why do you have this feeling that your colleagues or your peers would feel that you are, closer to the higher ups, and that's why? So you understand this? This is
Because
this. See, no, no, I'll tell you what. So,
yeah.
do you think that this is a universal phenomena, that every person who's working in a
Hmm,
corporate, or if they are working, and if they
hmm,
have good relation with their bosses, or the
hmm,
senior
hmm.
level bosses, are their
Yeah,
peers laying down उनके रास्ते में कांटे बिछा रहे हैं क्या? Is it
exactly.
no, 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 I'm
Yes,
asking you, is it a
yes.
universal phenomenon? Does it happen with everyone, or this is unique to you, or maybe certain kind of people?
This is a general phenomenon, but yes, it is happening more with me since I
Yeah,
have
so
come
see,
out of
no,
my
yeah.
shell.
No, no. So you have to understand, this is not a universal phenomenon. It happens for
Hmm,
to certain people. For certain people, it doesn't also. Okay.
hmm,
So it is
hmm,
not universal. Like Akshita was dancing. The dancing is universal, right? But
hmm,
this situation is happens to certain number of people, maybe 10, 20, 50, we can
Hmm.
argue about that, but it's
Hmm.
happening to you because of certain maybe karmic patterns, belief patterns. So you have to understand this is not universal, this is not ordinary, this is extraordinary.
Hmm.
First you have to approach it like that, okay, this is not normal. First of all you have to
Okay.
understand that, and then
Hmm.
work on it.
Okay.
Why is it happening to me? So self reflection, of course healing is there, but you have to do self reflection along with
Hmm.
that healing to
Hmm.
understand, because unconsciously we put ourselves in some situation, emotional situations, which is home to us.
Hmm.
So as children, if my my, this is just an example, my had
Yeah.
a very good childhood, but if my parents are
Hmm.
let's say constantly fighting, and
Yeah.
I'm the one who's saying mummy chup ho jao, daddy chup ho jao, so
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
mediator as a
Hmm.
child.
Hmm.
So even if I
Yes.
grow up, even though it's a very bad place to be, but I will try to make a home like that, I will
Hmm.
try to put myself in the same emotional situation where again I'm playing mediator, because
Hmm.
that is home to me. uh,
Hmm.
Whether it's becoming a hindrance in my growth, in my happiness,
Hmm. Hmm.
doesn't matter, because that's what the child knows, that's what I've learned. So I have to
Hmm.
unlearn. So first you have to identify, this is not, first you have to make yourself aware that this is not normal, this is not
Hmm.
happening to everyone. So you come out of victim mentality, and you
Hmm.
come to a responsibility, you have extreme responsibility of what's happening in your life.
Hmm.
So you come
Hmm.
out of the victim mentality by saying that it's not happening to everyone, it's only
Hmm.
happening to set of one set of people, and
Hmm.
within that group I'm also there. So
Hmm.
maybe I'm doing something, thinking something which others are not doing. So what is it
Yes.
that they are thinking, and what is it that I am thinking or I am doing?
On self reflection, I realized that ever since the last webinar, also, I think it shifted me into more of self reflection mode.
Hmm.
So, the reflection that I got was that I do have this inner tendency of remaining aloof and trying to isolate myself. I would say A, to enhance my productivity, and B, I don't want to interact with people as my default setting. That also puts me in a vulnerable situation where people would misunderstand me or not understand my point of view, and hence the tendency of ganging up against me would be greater
Okay,
since I'm
we'll
not
do
part of
one, just by thinking, we'll do 2 minute meditation. Okay, if everybody is agreeing, we'll do 2 minute meditation to lay off this, burden of Kavita. If everybody, I don't know if Akshita left or
Okay.
something. Okay,
Yes.
so we
Yeah.
can close our eyes. You can close your, be a humble student. Be open to whatever is happening. Okay, so close your eyes, Kavita. Close your eyes.
yeah.
Take deep breath, and everybody else can also do it. And think of two numbers, percentage, okay? Out of
o-
100, it could be 50, 50, 30, 40, like that, okay?
okay,
Think of two numbers.
right, I've thought of them.
Hmm. So the first number is yours, so you keep
Hmm.
it to yourself.
Hmm.
The second number belongs to your ancestors,
Okay.
okay? Don't speak, just don't say okay, okay? You have to close your eyes and concentrate. So you see your ancestors from this lifetime, your previous lifetimes, all their pains, all their, negative emotions, all their negative experiences, all their hurt that they are carrying for generations. That number represents that. This is the legacy that you've been given. It's not coming from you inside. Okay. Now you see a line of ancestors standing in front of you. These are all your ancestors from this lifetime and previous lifetimes. And then you smile to them, you do a namaste, and you tell them, please take back this number. And they're all receptive, they're smiling. And then now, one by one, they are coming, and you're giving them the numbers. Okay? One, two, like that. You're handing out the numbers. The ancestors are coming, taking their numbers and moving outside the line. Taking the numbers, moving outside the line. and they're giving you ashirvad. They're blessing you. Keep handing out the numbers. Please take it back. Please take it back. Keep handing them out. And they are taking it, giving you blessings, smiling and leaving happily. Keep doing it until you're left with no numbers. Once you're left with no numbers, thank them. And they're also throwing their numbers in the sky and is going back to the source as love and light. They're also free. And you're also free. You're only left with the numbers you have. And now the ancestors are leaving, blessing you and leaving you and wishing you well in your journey ahead. You can come back to the room consciousness, following your breathing. You can open your eyes.
Very grateful. That was quite.
So what was the number that you saw for yourself and for the
For
ancestors?
myself was 29, which incidentally is my birth number also, 29th November. And for the ancestors was 41.
So you need to do it over and over again. You know, we
Okay.
carry a lot of impressions from this birth and also previous lifetimes. So this will help you, you know, take off some of those load.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
निधि, आप अपना नंबर बताओगे?
मेरा 33 था मेरा, पर मैंने सोचा कि 33 था मेरा,
अच्छा अच्छा.
पर मैंने सोचा कि 33 में से उनको दे दें, तो next time I will.
Yeah. Joy, what about you? Did you see the two numbers?
Yes.
So what was your number and what is the number that you gave to the ancestors?
8 and 2. 8 is home.
Okay. So mostly you have to do out of 100, like 10% and then 90%, like
That
that.
is what 80 for me and
Okay, 80 and
yeah.
okay, okay, that's good. 80 was yours and 20 was
I
theirs.
did 75 and 25.
Okay, okay. Sarita di, did you
हाँ,
also do it?
75 and 25. Yeah, I
Okay,
did
okay, that
100,
was okay,
75
okay.
and 25 that, so 20. And it's very strange,
Hmm.
Pasang, what you all doing today, ये सारे thoughts आज मेरे दिमाग में सुबह से चल रहे हैं. Like before I beginning my session, I did my knees, I did my thighs, and I did my kidneys. मैं वही सोच रही हूँ. And I was feeling so happy about it. I said I have to ask Pasang what healing she is sending. That कुछ एक चीज में क्यों इतनी मेरे को joyful और happy होती.
Yeah. So
And in the
the
morning,
only
I was sending healing and DRL to the ancestors as well.
oh wow. See, the only healing I was sending that today when we attend, the way we came into the webinar and the way we left, we should not be the same person. We should be renewed. You know, should be worth our time. Yeah. Okay. So you can do that, over and over again.
Okay.
Okay.
And every time it will be the same number
No,
or
no, it will be
different?
different. It will be different. You'll
Okay.
see it.
Okay. Okay.
You'll see it. And don't, I shared this meditation because I'm a master. Don't share it, cheaply with your friends, because then who will take the karmic this thing? This is ancestors healing. So don't.
Okay.
You know.
Right.
Preeti, I
Yeah,
have,
Joy.
yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
like, as I said, 80 was my number and 20 was this thing. So while giving the ancestor, how you give, like it should be 20 or how it is?
It will come, like for some you'll give one, some you'll keep on giving 20. It will come. It will be whatever spontaneous. You can give 1, 2, 3, like that. Sometimes they'll be 100. They will take the number that they are giving you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you should
Okay.
not don't try to control it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Any more questions? So as I said, this is very powerful healing. So don't just tell to your friends, okay? Because there is a karmic this thing. Okay. So this one again, little bit funny. Walk faster. So you can change your attitude by changing the speed of your movement. Low confident people just shuffle and stumble along, and they have zero confidence or maybe low confidence, because they're thinking, oh, I have nowhere to go. I mean, you feel like that you have nowhere, unless you are going for a leisurely walk, then it's a different thing. But if you're going for a meeting, or if you're going for a purpose, just walk a little bit faster than your normal pace, and that will boost your confidence as well. So average people have the average walk, their pace is average. They have the look of, I really don't have very much pride in myself. And confident people walk faster than average. There seems to be a slight sprint in the way they walk. Their walk tells the world, I've got some place important to go and something important to do. So you're not just telling the world, right? You're also telling yourself that I'm important, I'm going somewhere important, and whatever I'm doing is important. It makes a difference. Okay. So just walk a little faster and feel your confidence grow. So that was key number 5. So we'll move on to key number 6. All right. So key number 6 is the most basic, which is confidence comes from competence. Meaning, if let's say if I'm a great swimmer, somebody throws me in the pool, I'll say, oh, it's all right. Even if they throw me in the deep end of the pool, I will like, it's all right. I'll just swim. But if I've never had any swimming lessons and somebody throws me in the pool, I'll be like drowned, right? So I'm confident because I've spent that time learning swimming. So confidence comes from competence. Competence is how good you are at something, and confidence is how good you think you are at something. So the reason I put this particular thing as a key is because so you're never like fully low confident, fully overconfident. We are confident in some areas and maybe low confidence in some areas. So for example, let's say if I don't know driving or I've never taken the car in a highway, then I'm low confident in the driving sphere, but maybe I'm a very good public speaker. So like that. Okay. So but I can't say so next time somebody says that or let's take this example of public speaking only. If somebody says, I'm not very good at public speaking, I feel fearful. If the same person likes driving, and then we ask them, are you good at driving? They'll say, oh yeah, I'm very good at driving. So then we ask them, how long have you been driving? They'll say, oh, 20 years. Or let's say somebody is a very good cook, we'll say, oh, so are you confident at cooking? They'll say, yeah, I'm confident at cooking. If you ask them how long have they been cooking, they'll say, oh, all my life. And how long have you been practicing public speaking? They'll say, oh, 0 hours, not even 10 hours. So competence is how good you are at something, and confidence is how good you think you are at something. But confidence comes from competence, and competence comes from practice over and over and over again. So this is just an example. Let's say I go to a new country and I don't know anything. If they put me in China, I don't know anything about Mandarin or Chinese. And so how will I start? I can't start speaking in Mandarin, right? I will ask a taxi driver, someone, how to say hello. Or how to slowly I'll say, okay, hello, how to say thank you, learn those words. And then I will go on and say, tell me small sentence like good morning, or yeah, how much is this for? So I'll learn these small words, and eventually I'll start speaking in maybe small sentences, and then maybe I'll start understanding the movies and maybe start to sing, and then I'll speak like almost like a native speaker. So I've spent time learning the language, and it's because of the practice that competence has come, and then slowly I became confident in Mandarin. So So practice creates confidence, and confidence comes from competence. And this is true for any area in your life. Um, so if there's anything that you're eyeing, or you think that, I'm not really good at, uh, give it time, practice, and you will become competent. And as you become competent, you will become confident. And so and once you keep practicing, so again, I take this example of presentation only. So let's say you have to give presentation in the office, and you are very less confident because you don't have competence, you have not spent time. So you keep practicing. So you give one presentation which went very bad, then you give another presentation which went still bad, third presentation maybe not so bad, okay, fourth one is okay, fifth one is like average, quite good, sixth one people are saying wow, that was a great presentation. By the seventh, eighth, 10th, maybe 12th presentation, my manager says, why don't you teach the team as well? So now I become this figure. And then what will happen? Eventually after 1 year, when I'm the best presenter in my office, they'll come and say, oh, you're natural, you're a natural. That's what they'll say. And that's what we say to people, that oh, that person is a natural. But no, they have practiced, they've practiced those skills, and they become competent, and that's how they have become confident. So practice creates confidence, and it is true for anything, any skill in the world. You can become confident and you can be the best in that if you just give time, time and skill and practice to that particular thing. So each time you practice these skills, it's an action of confidence, an act of relying on yourself. And once you have taken action over and over, so that you have the skills to get the results you want, then you'll naturally feel more confident, right? Does that make sense? So we don't lack confidence in everything. We lack confidence in specific activities within specific areas of life. And only when we can do something well, we are likely to feel confident. So once you start doing these things with confidence that once scared you, your confidence naturally increases. And once you practice to build your skills, and once you see your progress, you get more confident. So let's say I'm doing my healing. Uh, First, I don't even know which body parts are there, but then I kept on doing it. Then I remember the body parts. Now I started doing divine Reiki light. Now I know how this method is. Now I'm doing those cleansing reactions. So slowly, my practice will sharpen my skills, and I'll become confident healer. So if somebody asks me, "Oh, ye kaise karte?" I'll quickly tell them. And when I see my progress, I'll become more confident, and then my healing will grow and my healing will expand. So that's how it works for every sphere, every topic. So and with more confidence, you get better, and it's an upward spiral. So so I added this hand movement. So upward spiral. Competence, confidence, competence, confidence, like that. So you give time and practice, and you can achieve anything. You can be the best in anything. Yeah. Confidence, competence, confidence, competence. So key number 7, rewrite your story. So this we have done little bit. We tasted that in the pre-work that we did for this webinar. So our stories make and enforce rules about our place in the world and what we can accomplish, right? We all have stories. When we wrote our past, we all are telling these stories to ourselves. And it's not just one story. You can have a health story, you can have a career story, you can have a love story, or you can have one big story. So we all have these stories, and we set our boundaries. We say that this is where I fit in the world. So what's the story you're telling about yourself, about who you are, why you make the choices you do, and how much power do you have over those choices? So you don't have to answer it. If you want to share, you can share. This is more for reflection. If you look at the story that you wrote, yeah, it will clearly tell you what do you think about yourself, what do you think about the choices that you're making, and how much power do you have over those choices. So this exercises I gave as part of the manual for notebook for the webinar, but you can write this in your notebook right now also. So what kind of person would you say you are right now, and what story are you telling yourself about who you are? These are all self-awareness question, and until you are regularly do these exercises, you will yourself be a puzzle to yourself. All these things will be jumbled up here, and you won't perform any action. So this will give you direction. Okay. And what kind of person do you want to become? How would you like to rewrite that story about yourself? So how could you start living as if you were that person you wanted to become? And then we can start small by doing one small thing that that kind of person might do. And how could you do that thing today? So you start small. Okay. Like my friend said that, she will always take a bath before 12 noon, like small thing. And then exercise two is, what do you feel like you've done wrong or failed in recently? And you get it all out there in the table, because every mistake means an opportunity to learn. So we have to make a lot of mistakes. We should not be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are a friend. Okay. Then you can also write what's blocking you, what's standing in the way of what you want to do, and why you haven't been able to do it yet. And then you can turn those mistakes around and try on a growth mindset. Then another question is, why haven't you achieved your goals already? And what do these tell you about yourself, or what you need in order to be successful? Or what could you possibly learn from these mistakes or situation? Okay. So before we go on to this, so as a in divine Reiki light, I think we should all tell this at Reiki 1 level also. Generally, we say, you heal your traumas, heal your this thing, past traumas, your childhood, and everything. And I was assuming everybody was doing it, and I started telling a few people, but I think everybody should know it and everybody should follow it. And it's a big game changer. What you do is you start with your oldest memory of yourself, whatever you remember, oldest, when you were a child, whatever memories, because these memories, traumatic memories, we all remember. Very happy memories also we remember, but there are some random memories also we remember. जैसे कि उससे पहले क्या हुआ वो याद नहीं है, उसके बाद क्या हुआ याद नहीं है, पर ये एक रैंडम मेमोरी याद है. So you remember that memory because it's like an index system. This is how your memories are laid in the brain. So that memory is tied to a deeper thing that you need to work on. It could be a negative or a positive thing. Maybe it's a hidden skill that you have, and that memory is an index, a face, window dressing for that memory. Or it could be, a deeper issue which is tied to that. So when you send healing to that thing as well, it gives you access to that background, the internal memory, and heals you. Okay. So you send healing to everything that you remember from your childhood, the oldest and the latest. And then another thing that you can do in the divine regulate, again, it's not like, chalte firte divine regulate on kar diya. You have to spend time, quiet time, with it where you not be distracted. You invite the divine regulate, you open Reiki, your hands, you sit like this, and then you do this healing. So let's say if somebody's mom didn't love her, you will see in the divine Reiki that your mom was super loving to you. Or let's say somebody was uh, lived in a house or in a city that they didn't like, then you see that you lived in a different city, in a great house that you loved. So you live exactly the opposite, the best possible thing that you can think about. So you do that. It's not lying, but it's like writing the most beautiful story for yourself, and you keep on doing it. So over a period of time, brain will also be confused, like which is real, which is not, and that the power that that pain has over you will cease to exist. So I can give you an example, how so I had this situation when I was working in US with my boss. So I had a really new boss that I had not worked with before. So one of my previous directors said, this boss likes people if they talk to them socially. So he had recently gone out for a business meeting in some other city. So they told me that You go and talk to him like, naturally, and ask him how was your day and all, then he'll be very happy. And I've never done this. Like, this is out of my character. I don't even talk because I'm so engrossed in my. So I said, I'll do it. So I went to this boss and I just did some, normal talking about the work, and then said, okay, Abhinav, how was your trip? And he was like, what? I said, and I stammered, how was your trip? And then I stumbled also, and hit my hand on the chair also. It was so embarrassing. So he's friends with me on Facebook. So every time, now I'm in India, it's been so many years, but every time I saw his picture, I was like cringe, like, oh my God, what's happening? Like, that image of me stammering and then hitting my chair and then moving out his office awkwardly was so embarrassing for me. So in the divine light, I started seeing that, I'd confidently gone to his room and said, oh, how was the trip? And we've had a nice conversation. And I did that couple of times. And now I'm not embarrassed. So that thing is totally healed. So you can do that for, major events in your life also. Uh, you don't have to take rebirth to get a better life. You can do that in divine light in this life itself. And that is a game changer. Okay. So, what to do next? Without realizing it, if we are telling ourselves stories all the time about what we can or cannot do, about who we are and who we are destined to be, about what we are or aren't capable of, please understand these are your life scripts. Whether you know it or not, there is a script running and it's a movie and you're already in that movie. So, it's better to take charge and change that script. Okay. So they're just scripts, and you can rewrite those stories and scripts anytime, even right now. So take the courage to, look into your past, let it all out, and then take piece by piece and rewrite your scripts. Work on it, because if you अगर आप अपने लिए टाइम स्पेंड नहीं करोगे तो कौन करेगा? And this kind of healing nobody can do for you. If even if if you have a sibling, and or maybe a child, let's say sibling, and I want to do the same kind of healing for my sibling, my brother or my sister. I'll do that healing to a point where I am comfortable with their existence. I can never do this healing to a point where they can reach their highest potential. So, this healing, working on your life script, only you can do. Nobody else can do it for you. And when you do it for yourself, you decide what is the end point. You decide the end point where you want to stop, because even God will help you. He's also given us free will. So, don't outsource this one, you do it yourself. Okay. So, how are you going to apply what you have learned today to become more confident? Which of the keys are you going to apply? I think that ends our webinar. Sorry, I didn't. Uh,
I
Savita,
will that wall, what you said, and note down, jot down everything about it, and
celebrate,
celebrate. Yes,
not just
that's the
acknowledge.
purpose of writing it.
Yeah. Nidhi, Kavita, what are you planning to apply?
To say good job every time I do something
Yeah.
good.
So good
But
job is not enough. You have to be very specific.
okay,
Why good job? Like, be specific, be, illustrative.
okay, and celebrate all the small victories
Yes.
and
Like
improve.
finishing this webinar, it's
Yes,
Christmas weekend and we are almost, it's 11:15. You're still here. So courage. So
and
definitely worth celebrating.
improving the posture
Yes.
and looking the part
Hmm.
and all these all these acting wala part also.
Hmm. Acting will be fun. People
Yeah.
will also like turn on कि इनको क्या हुआ रातों रात, what happened to
Yeah.
her?
Or the repackaging matlab.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not just acting, because we are working on I think, I feel, and then I'm acting. It's not
Hmm.
superficial. We are internally changing also. Nidhi?
Yeah, in mirror I can visualize myself confident, and I do my healing, and then I pamper myself, like celebrate that may do more healing.
Okay. And don't break that promise.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Joy, are you going to, I mean, you got a revision. Are you going to add more things to whatever you're doing now?
Yes, revisioning myself, that
Yeah.
improves this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
In fact, it is built with me, but to emphasize, give
Yeah.
more.
You need to, I think, start celebrating. Then you will be,
Celebrate, it happens, on and off. That is there always. But the thing is, you have to analyze yourself. That is more important.
yes. And not just analyze, work on it in Divine Reiki Light.
Yes,
Spend
yes,
time for yourself, your
yes.
life.
It
Yeah.
really improves,
Hmm. Okay. That's great. So I leave you with this Bruce Lee's quote. I think it uh, fits perfectly with this webinar and also with healers. This is what he said: action is the high road to self confidence and esteem. Where it is open, all energies flow toward it. It comes readily to most people, and its rewards are tangible. So, with this, I want to do this small meditation by Sir. If you, will allow me. If you want to skip, that's fine. But I really wanted. So we have done it in the first with the group A. So should we go ahead, Kavita, Sarita ji?
Yes, yes, yes.
yes, yes.
Okay, let's do it. We can close our eyes and then let's do it. Okay.
Spiritual travel meditation. This meditation should be done in solitude with the willingness to participate in it fully. You may light a green candle or a camphor lamp to enhance the effects of this meditation. Your family, your friends, your home, and your acquaintances, and even unknown people can be invited to this meditation